drag strip.
I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
1,320 feet of pavement. The perfect place for man and machine to fuse together and prove once and for all
just how slow my car really is. Okay, so I have no delusions about my car being ideal for the drag strip. I mean, it's an awesomely fun autocross car. But at the drag strip, horsepower is king, and a king I am not. The V8 I swapped into this car is from a Ford Explorer, so the engine was designed to haul around an SUV pulling a boat and never ever, under any circumstances ever, go over 5,000 RPM. That means that right now I have a wealth of torque and a dearth of horsepower. The internet calculators tell me my car will be somewhere in the mid to low 14s. We'll see. Friday night at Cedar Falls Motorsports Park is Test and Tune night, which means you're paired up with anyone and everyone, amateurs and pros, street cars and race cars. I was really there just to get a time slip, but it sure wouldn't hurt if I beat a couple of people too. Challenge number 1 was figuring out how to do a burnout. Nobody mistook my car for one with a line lock, but I got the hang of it and was able to spin the tires. Challenge number 2 was figuring out how to launch. My car suffers from enormously invasive wheel hop when trying to launch, so I literally can't spin the tires at all without risking breaking something important. It's an E36 thing you wouldn't understand. And neither would we, actually, because it keeps happening and no one knows how to fix it. Eventually I just brought the revs up and let out the clutch just fast enough that the wheels wouldn't quite spin. Challenge number 3 was figuring out where to shift. I can rev the engine to 6 grand if I want to, but since the engine doesn't really make power up there, it doesn't make any sense to do it. So I tried a few different shift points and decided the best one was right around 4,700 RPM. I started the night running in the high 14s, and as I refined my launch and shift technique, my times crept down. It got later and later, and closer to that 9 p.m. shutdown time, and I was still running consistent 14.2s.
$14,251 and 95.52.
I knew that every run, every hard lunge, and every power shift ran the risk of breaking the car and preventing me from driving at the 2 hours home, but I wanted to go faster. It was dark. I was basically the only one still running. Everyone else was smart enough to have packed it up for the night. I decided this would be my last run of the night. I nailed the launch, I hit my shifts just right, and all of a sudden, 14.1. Wait, did I just knock off a 10th? Well, I can't give up now. Let's go again. This time, same thing. Got the launch just right. Got my shift just right, felt really good, and...
$14,012 and 96.89 miles an hour. So close.
14.0. Well, all of a sudden 13s almost seem within my grasp. So it's time to pull out all the stops. Launch hard. Shift hard. Forget getting home. Let's get 13s. I launched as hard as I could. Note the wheel hop as that clutch fully engages. I shifted as hard and as fast as I could. I chirped 1-2, I chirped 2 to 3, I straight up power shifted 4th. Watch the revs jump as I didn't even lift off the gas for that shift. After all of that drama, after all of that abuse, what'd I run? 14.1. Alright, let's go home. So like I said, no misconceptions about what my car can do, and it honestly ran faster than I expected. But the dangerous thing for me about competing is that I tend to get, well, competitive. What's that? A cam and a set of headers would net me about 100 horsepower? What's that? 100 horsepower would conceivably let me skip the 13s entirely and jump straight to the 12s? Yeah, let's talk about that.